Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel where I make you feel better about your dating life because mine is so trash. So I went on another awful, terrible, so horrible, bad date, and I don't know if I'm stupid. I don't know if I'm stupid because clearly my vetting isn't working. Now listen. Again, like the last time, this man was attractive. No catfishing. Looks like a very tall Lenny Kravitz. Like afro, tall, thin, light skin, has like a cute little gap in his tooth. Very like hipster looking, whatever, okay? So we had like messaged for a bit and I swear we'd already matched like before. He asked me to meet him at this place on King, well, close to King. That's a very popular like Toronto bar, which I knew it was probably going to be kind of busy, but like, I don't know. I didn't really think about that. And he had kind of said, you know, I'm going to be free on Friday. If you are, like, let's do something. And I didn't really respond. And then he was like, okay, like, I'm going to be downtown tonight. Let's meet at this place at 9:15. He didn't ask me if I was free. You know what I mean? So I was kind of like, yeah, I think I can do that. I'm hanging out with my friend beforehand. So like, we'll play it by ear sort of thing. And he was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. And we did a phone call. And the phone call made me think, oh yeah, I'm gonna like him. Like, he is a cute little personality, whatever. This is why I'm saying, like, am I stupid? Am I dumb? I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I should give up at this point. I end up spending more time at my friend's house than well, not that I meant to, because I kind of meant to. And like, I wasn't really prioritizing this date because I think part of me thought it was weird that he just was like, well, at first he was like, you pick. And I was like, why do I have to pick? And he was like, well, because, you know, I want you to pick someplace that's close to you. I don't want anything to be inconvenient for you. And I was like, okay, that's like a thoughtful reason. But then I explained to him, like, you know, I enjoy, you know, romance and like planning and all this stuff. And he was like, okay, like, let's meet at this place at this time, whatever. He literally just texted me. What in the Wiccan hell? What in the universal weird sort of joke is that as I'm filming the YouTube video about him? We haven't spoken obviously all day. Like, I just stopped responding last night. He just texted me, I'm sorry, I can't e-transfer your phone for the Uber. Let that be a red herring to what is coming, okay? So anyways, I spend lots of time at my friend's house. I'm having an amazing time at my friend's house. I brought my dog. She was babysitting some dogs, dog sitting. In addition to her own dog, we were having a dog party. It was so fun. Drinking wine, having a dog party, just like gabbing. And I was not prioritizing this date because I'm decentering men and I like didn't care that much. Okay? And that's my fault. That part is my fault, and that part I will own up to. I was not on time for the date. Okay? And because I wasn't, I was running late, and so I Ubered, which I never do. I never Uber to meet a man or anyone really. Like, I don't like to Uber for dates. Like, I try to spend the least amount of money on dates as possible because, you know, like, you know. So I Ubered because I was like really late. Not really late. I was like running like 20 minutes late towards a half an hour late. But I told him I was running late and gonna be late. And also, when you don't ask someone if they're free and you tell them to meet them somewhere, then like anything is good enough. You know what I mean? But I communicated my ass off. Like, I told him exactly when I was gonna be there. So like, he couldn't really be mad, but like, I guess he could be a little mad, but he couldn't really be mad. So I get to the place, okay? He's already in there. He says like, and also on the way there, when I was like, sorry, I'm running late, he was like, haha, you can buy me a drink to make it up to me. I was like, gross. So anyways, I walk in. He's like, you're gonna see me. I'm tall with an afro. I'm the tallest one here with an afro. And I walk in, I do see him. I actually saw him through the window. Like, it was a good description. I go up to him. Tell me I'm valid for this in the comments right now. I need the validation, vindication immediately. Okay? He has a Heineken in his hand. He says, hey, it's open. Sorry, it's open. And he's been drinking it. He goes, hey, like, this is for you. I got us this. I just met you and you want me to drink the beer you've been drinking. A Heineken. You offer me an open Heineken as a sign of all you have to offer me. An open Heineken. I thought it was a joke. I was like, And I was like, I don't like beer that much, which is a lie. I actually do like beer, but I'm not drinking your open Heineken. Like, I'm not. That's degrading. And so I was like, can we like just go get something else? And he's like, yeah, they just said like they don't have cocktails anymore. And I've been to this place before, and I'm like what he means is they're not serving like signature cocktails, but they obviously have bar rail. Like, it's a bar. It's a bar club on King and Port. Like, come on. And so we get up close to the bar, and the girl is just so stressed out, and she's like yelling at people. And it was just very high anxiety. And I was like, I don't like being around like that many crowds, like that kind of a crowd anymore, because it stresses me out. It gives like frat party energy. Like, I just don't like it. And he picked this place. You know what I mean? And one thing I hate is like when guys live in Toronto, like maybe they don't live like downtown, but they live in Toronto, and they've probably like grown up in that part of Toronto more than you have. Cause I've been here for like 2 years in the city. Before that I lived in a different country. Before that I lived 2 hours away in the suburbs. And some guys who like live in Toronto but don't live downtown will be like, well, I mean, this is your area. Like, I told you I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, as a grown adult man, that's not a real excuse to be like, oh, this is, first of all, you probably lived here like most of your life in like fucking, I don't know, North York or like Ronces or whatever. And then when they act like, first of all, that Google isn't free. Second of all, that these places are not like very easily researchable, and like just to like act like you've been somewhere before, like act like you're not new to like the earth. Anyways, so we ended up leaving that place after I got no drink. Like, I just Ubered here to do nothing, okay? He offered me a half-drinking Heineken beer in a green bottle, and then we left because it was too much, okay? And so we leave, and then he's like, so where should we go? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I hate that. I hate when a guy messes up the date and then it then becomes your responsibility. Like, no, the ball's still in your court because it didn't actually cross the net. Do we understand? Can we understand that as a concept? If you're playing tennis or ping pong and your ball hits the net, it's still in your court because you fucked up. You didn't get it over the net. You know what I mean? If you had scored, if you had soared it over here, then sure, I'll ping pong it back to you. Waiting for it to cross the net over here though, bud. Waiting for you to do anything right before it gets into my hands, because I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in taking myself on a date because I can do that, and I do that, and it's like not hard to do that. And why do you think I just like the fact that I Ubered was so annoying, but it's because I was late. So I was trying to make up for it, but the thing is, and I guess this is the lesson, when your intuition is like so unexcited to meet someone, even though like maybe on paper it makes sense to meet them, maybe you should just trust it, because you're probably just like, your intuition is probably trying to tell you something, and then you just end up wasting an Uber ride because you're like, oh, like I was late. You were late because you didn't really want to go. You know what I mean? So at that point, just don't go. But I just like, when I don't have like the physical evidence in front of me, sometimes it's like hard to negotiate what's happening in the back of the brain in the front, if that makes any sense. He asked me, what do I want to do now? I said, I don't know. I just Ubered here to meet you at this place where I didn't get a drink, and then we left. So, and then he starts getting upset with me, and he starts yelling, and well, okay, I don't think he started yelling right then and there. I think at first he started to say, you know, I'm so used to girls. He starts saying, I'm so used to girls taking advantage of me and not really valuing for me. I'm so tired of people not valuing me and my time. Like, you were so late, all of these things. And I was like, you didn't even ask me when I was free. And he was like, yes, I did. I've been trying to get your availability for 2 weeks. Be real. And I was like, no. Like, first of all, because that didn't happen. Like, when you're like vaguely communicating like on an app, and nobody actually asks a question of like, when are you free, or can we meet this day? Then no, it doesn't count as you've asked me anything. You know what I mean? And then, I don't know. It started to become clear to me that there was maybe something up here. Something a little off. Like, I'm not going to go and diagnose someone but definitely giving signs of like undiagnosed. I think sometimes when people are really attractive, they like get away, they get that stuff off in a way that like is so strange. And so they move through the world like this is regular stuff, and that them like dumping on, oh, well, you know, I'm so used to people not valuing me and blah, 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 and all this stuff in response to you picking a place that's super busy and we didn't get anything there, and you offering me a half drinking beer and me not accepting that. And now all of a sudden I'm responsible for all the times you've been hurt in your life. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that's coming from somewhere else. So, and then he starts to like, you know, back away a little bit, and he's like getting very like like he's really like on his soapbox talking about how everybody's ever done him wrong. And I was like, okay, like, you know, that's fine, like whatever. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I definitely was like, okay, I'm ready to leave. Like we were outside on the street, so I'm trying to, and he was getting loud and people were starting to look. So I started to walk away. And I thought I was going to get to walk away. And I was getting emotional just because I had been yelled at and because I had wasted an Uber. And I did bring up that I like Ubered here and like I wasted money on an Uber because that's how I was feeling. Okay. But yeah, so I just started to walk away, and I was like, you know, kind of in my feels, cause like obviously that was really a lot. And I think I'm fine. I'm walking. And then he rushes past me on this side of the street. He had gone down that side of the street, like north. I'm walking west on Queen or King. And he zooms past me while I'm walking. And then he turns around and he goes, and I can't believe you walk away from me. Why are you walking away from me? And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I literally was like, can you stop? Like, can you know? I'm not doing, like, no. You're yelling at me, like, stop following me. And so I'm like, all of a sudden it becomes like I'm trying to escape him. And I was like, how did I get myself here? How did I get myself here? And here's the thing, I wasn't like scared because I just thought he was really weird. I didn't think he was like gonna hurt me. And I also definitely felt like I would have like, I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick you in the gut or in the face, and it's gonna hurt. I've never been in an altercation, but I didn't feel like physically threatened. Well, I did, but I wasn't like that timid about it. I don't know if that makes any sense. I basically was like, if something happens, I will fight. I think that's where I was at. Like, I was like braced for impact a little bit. Like, I don't know if he's gonna like do something extra weird, but I wasn't like, oh my God, like blah, blah, blah. I was like, I think in the back of my head, I was like, and if I have to hit him, I will. Like, I think that's what was going on in the back of my head. Even though I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought he was like mostly just like kind of not well. Like I said, like, I don't know. I don't know what he thought what the benefits were going to be of running around Toronto downtown chasing a girl that he just went on a date with, and how that made sense to him. But he continues to text me, and he's saying, like, he's explaining his like life trauma also, and he's saying, I just didn't want this to start with resentment, and my ex-girlfriend, you know, she was suicidal and all these things and blah blah blah. And then he said he was going after me because he knew I was upset and he had a joint to give me. And then he went back into his regularly scheduled programming of like whining about himself and his life and all the reasons that he's vindicated in doing and his behavior. So weird. So weird. And he like had sent me a bunch of messages and I had not replied. And then just now he said, sorry, I can't e-transfer your phone for the Uber. What's up, you guys? What's wrong with me? What? I vetted this time. I called and I was trying to suss out if he made like a funny joke. Like, I was like, this is gonna be fun. Like, do I give up or do I just keep chasing pavements? You comment down below. Do I give up or do I just keep chasing pavements? I don't know. Like, part of me is like, give up, like, stop dating, like, nay. But part of me is like, you know, you never know who's gonna come along. You never know. You never. Update, he texted me, he apologized, he sent me $15 for the Uber, and the Uber was only $10, but I did buy a $6 pizza on the walk home. So girl math, it works out. It works out. And he said that he had already had expectations that he was going to disappoint people before going on the date. And literally the e-transfer message said, sorry, comma, I wasn't ready. So, you know, I feel a little better about it in that sense, but yeah, just thought I would update you. I'm simply stumped. But yeah, that's another dating story for you to feel better about your life. So you're welcome. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Kira Breaugh. If you feel like donating, Venmo is at Kira-Breaugh. Cashapp is Kira Breaugh 21. Live, laugh, love. Bye.